Hey there, Happy Timeshare Travelers. It's Andrea here, and I'm here to tell you about my biggest booking mistake. And as I actually say mistake, I think what I did was it's a little bit more of a miscalculation, but I think it's very common for timeshare owners to find themselves in this situation. So I want to tell you what I did and what I did to make it all okay. In fact, I'm still getting to take a dream vacation. So here's where we're going to start. For those of you who don't know me, I took over 2 timeshares from my mom who can no longer travel. Those 2 weeks are at the Marriott Willow Ridge Lodge, which is in Branson, Missouri. Now, Branson, Missouri was my mom's favorite vacation, and she took the family there several times, and we had a really fun time. I think my kids have amazing memories of going to Silver Dollar City, to just playing in the pool. It really was a good time. But if you want to know where I personally want a vacation, it's on a beach. And if you want to know where Pete the pilot likes to vacation, he's going to want to be on a ski slope. So since Branson, Missouri doesn't have skiing or a beach, I had to figure out how to trade these timeshares for vacations that we really wanted. So I learned how to do Interval International, and I thought I was good enough at it that I actually made some tutorials here on YouTube. And in fact, they're good tutorials. They've gotten me some amazing vacations. Here I am on my balcony, watching the moon set over the ocean in Maui. That's my dream. That's the kind of travel experience that I'm looking for. And then not even 6 weeks after that, I had a week pop up for Costa Rica. Now, the Costa Rica property, the Marriott Costa Rica Los Sueños, I think that's how you say it. It's really difficult to get. It's notoriously difficult to get. And so when it popped up, I jumped on it and we went down to Costa Rica. It was maybe the most relaxing vacation I've ever had. And oh, by the way, here's a sloth climbing in a tree. First time I've ever seen that. So all that to say, I've had some great success trading timeshares. Now, what you have to know about me is before I took over my mom's timeshares, the vacations that we took were booked using award travel. What does award travel mean? It means I booked it using credit card points or airline miles or hotel points. That's what award travel is. So we typically would pick a destination and then we would use our points and miles to pay for that destination. So again, I'm actually pretty good at it. Where I got into trouble was I got an alert that there was a miles, you could cash in your credit card points for miles on Qatar Q Suites, and you could fly to Phuket, Thailand in business class. Now, let me tell you, this is a very real thing because here I am on British Airways in business class coming back from Geneva, Switzerland, paid for that completely with credit card points. And oh, by the way, I had woken up from a nap in my lie flat seat and the flight attendant came by and gave me an ice cream bar, a Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar on a flight. That was a first for me and I liked it. And I know you would too. So when the award space came up on Qatar Q Suites and I had enough points to pay for the flight, I thought, great, I'm going to book a flight to Phuket, Thailand, and Marriott has a property there. I'm going to exchange my Branson week for a week in Thailand, and I'll have the flights covered through my points and miles, and then I'll have the lodging covered because I'll trade my timeshare. Well, here's a little something I didn't know, that even though I had seen space come up in Phuket previously, which is why I thought I would be able to get this, I was looking at their shoulder season, which it's very easy to travel on any shoulder season, which like Costa Rica in the rainy season. The week we were there, the very last week of the rainy season, it did rain, I think 5 out of the 7 days. It rained for 15 minutes in the afternoon, and quite frankly, the cloud cover meant it wasn't as hot as it could have been. Okay, but that said, I really and truly did think that I put in an ongoing search request from Interval International for the week I needed, and I put in as many properties as I could. And then I checked daily. I'm still checking daily. I'm not giving up yet, but I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed. And by the time you watch this, I'll probably be in Thailand. And so, yeah, I probably won't be staying at the Marriott. Okay, let me back up here. Make sure we're all together. I booked a flight to Thailand with no place to stay, intending to trade my timeshare. And this is the mistake that a lot of us make, is we have 1 week where we want to be somewhere, and we can put in as many properties as we want. Interval did call me, I think maybe 4 months out, and they offered me a property. And I looked it up, and it was like, you guys, like, no, I own a Marriott. It's a nice place to stay. This place had terrible TripAdvisor ratings. I looked through all the ratings thinking, oh, maybe this will work. I didn't accept the trade. I said, please keep looking for any of these other properties. Marriott has not been able to come up with a match. So, okay. So we're not accepting a lower property. We have flights that I booked to a destination I desperately want to go to. So plan B. Plan B was to use more hotel points, more credit card points to pay for my stay. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't do credit card points. I have a timeshare, and I pay for a timeshare, and I pay for a timeshare so I don't have to do what you just did, Andrea. But I'm going to tell you, I have come to the conclusion that there is this sweet spot between having a timeshare and using award travel. You can decide, I need to take my vacation over the 3rd week in July. I'm going to try to trade my timeshare for the exact week that I need, and I'm going to put in as many locations as possible. The fact is, you're going to need to get to that timeshare. So a lot of us have timeshares within driving distance. One of our other timeshares is up in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is about a 3-hour, 2.5 to 3 hour drive from us. So we know we can use it frequently. We know we can get there when we need to. That said, I can't just go to Thailand. I have to plan for that. I planned for the flight. I didn't get the timeshare. I'm going to make the trip. So I'm going to use Hyatt points, and I'm going to redeem those for my stay so my vacation is saved. I still have 2 years on that. Well, I think probably at this point I only have 1 more year to make an exchange on that particular property that I was trying to use to exchange for Thailand. And that's okay. I will find, I don't doubt that I'm going to find a fantastic vacation for that timeshare week. But it really got me thinking about how to really make this work to your advantage. So I'm going to start a series. You may or may not be interested in it, but I want you to be able to pay your timeshare maintenance fees using credit card points. That's right, you can do that. And that would make your week free, basically free. You earn these credit card points for spend that you were already doing, and they become very valuable currency that you can spend on vacations. I think that's kind of how I mean to say it. And you can pay for your timeshare maintenance fees. I'm gonna do a deep dive and explain to you how to do that. The other sweet spot that we've found for us, now we live in Colorado, And Denver, I swear Denver is like maybe one of the biggest Southwest hubs now. Sometimes I forget United even flies out of Denver because there's so much Southwest stuff up there. But I earned the Southwest Companion Pass, which means when we flew to Tucson to go visit my daughter and we stayed at the World Mark there, I paid for my ticket and my husband got to fly on a Companion Pass, which means his ticket was free. So that's another great way that you can sort of start thinking about trading your timeshare for maybe further locations, and it not increasing the expense. I have traded one of my weeks for an Aruba week in August. Super excited. We have not been to Aruba since our honeymoon and we loved it there. We could not wait to go back, but it's going to be 33 years later. You know how this works. Life got in the way. We're finally making it back to Aruba. Well, to fly to Aruba from Denver is a big old PIA, people. It is difficult. It is expensive. So once I started dialing in on who flew there, which by the way, Southwest is one of the places that goes there, but they weren't the cheapest. I knew that I could use some of our United miles, and we ended up getting a United flight. Booked it on miles, so our flights to our week in Aruba will be free. So hopefully you can kind of see how this is all working, that just because you invested in a timeshare and maybe you see an Instagram reel where some person's drinking champagne on a business class flight. Oh, wait, that's me. Yes, I did. Yes, I do. You don't have to feel like you're missing out because you have to make that timeshare payment. Okay, so in summary, I got a little big for my britches. I really thought I had 1 week in Thailand and that I was gonna be able to for sure exchange my Marriott week for the Marriott week in Thailand. Could not do it. Ended up using my Hyatt points to book the stay. My stay is going to be, I never say free. The majority of the cost is paid for. I'm sure there will end up being some sort of tax and resort fees that I'm going to have to pay, but it will be significantly less than if I had to pay for the entire trip out of pocket. So if you use Award Travel with your timeshares, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave it down below. If you're interested in learning more, I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel because I am going to start a whole series on this. At a minimum, I would like to teach you how you can erase your timeshare maintenance fees, how you can use your points and miles to maybe book a hotel on your way. A lot of people travel down the East Coast and they stay halfway before they get down to Orlando, how you can get that hotel room for free. I'd like to teach you how to get a Southwest Companion Pass so that if you need to fly to Aruba on Southwest, which is actually best to do if you're on that East Coast again, you can get a buy one, get one free, which just means you can take better vacations and more vacations. So I hope you'll like and subscribe. I hope you'll stick around for my series, and I hope to see you here again next time. Thanks so much.